Hi everybody, this is Eric Sandstrom with the Home Loan Heroes, powered by Prime Lending. I'm really excited because today we're going to be talking about California's most popular down payment assistance program provided by CALHFA. Today, the topics that we're going to cover are: who is this program designed for? How do you make sure you qualify? What are the incentives that you receive, and are they repayable? And should you expect to need any funds required at closing? First, let's talk about who this program is designed for. The main requirement is you must be a first-time home buyer. Now, you could still have owned a home in the past. As long as you haven't owned a home in the past 3 years, you are still considered a first-time home buyer and will qualify for this program. Secondly, I would say it's anybody that wants to take advantage of the state down payment assistance programs here in California. Now, let's get into how do you qualify. The program's pretty similar to a traditional home loan, and with that being said, the most important factors are your income and your assets. In this case, you don't need a whole lot of assets, and we'll be talking about that shortly. Income being an important factor, it really depends on where you live. So if you live in Bakersfield or if you live in San Diego, there's going to be different income limits that apply. But I would say that 90% of the transactions that I've done recently under traditional home loans would still qualify for down payment assistance. Since we talked about income, your debt to income ratio is also extremely important. So what you make versus how much you spend every month, considered your debt to income ratio, is extremely important with this program as well. Now, the max debt to income ratio for a traditional FHA loan, for example, is 55%. The down payment assistance program limits you from anywhere from 45% to 50%. So that also has to be taken into consideration. Your credit score is also an important factor, and that will also depend on your debt to income ratio that you can use. The program does start at 660, and if you're between 660 and 700, you're limited to a 45% debt to income ratio. If you're 700 or above, you can actually go a little bit higher. You can go to 50% of your income, and that essentially will allow you to qualify for a higher purchase price. Now, what you've all been waiting for, what are the incentives that you receive, and are they repayable? There's two parts of CALHFA incentives that you want to take into consideration, and there's reasons to do one or both. So the first incentive that's provided is called My Home. My Home provides 3% assistance of the sales price. So for example, if you're buying a $500,000 home, you're going to get $15,000 worth of incentives from CALHFA, which in most cases, conventional loans only require 3% down. So that 3% assistance can essentially provide the entire down payment. The second part of CALHFA incentives are called ZIP. ZIP provides 2% or 3% of the loan amount, and that goes towards closing costs. So to reduce your cash to close. So these are pretty great incentives, right? The question is, are they repayable? Yes, they are repayable. This is not free money. So the assistance that you provide, for example, My Home does have a simple interest rate associated to it. It's 1%. So it does grow, but it doesn't grow at a rapid pace. And that would become due at the same time you would sell or refinance a home. Now, ZIP is a 0% interest loan. So what you borrow is going to be what you pay off when you refinance or sell the home. Now, the last topic we're going to talk about is, should you expect to need any funds to close? There's a couple different programs with CALHFA, and depending upon how you combine them will depend on what your monthly payment will be. So for example, if you take advantage of ZIP, your interest rate is going to be higher than if you don't. So if you want to come in with a little bit more to closing, you'll get a better interest rate. If you want to come in with less, the interest rate might be a little bit higher. but you do want to expect to need to at minimum around 1% of the purchase price to close utilizing the CALHFA program. So as we mentioned before, this program is really great if you don't have enough money saved for a down payment. Please make sure to contact us. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the video if you have any questions. We'd be happy to answer them for you. Our phone number is here throughout the entire video, and feel free to call or text us. Thanks so much.